to celebrate two events, and we'll get into those in just a second. But I want to recognize a couple of folks that are here that help me daily. And that's Mark Ells, who's my assistant town manager, is over here, and councilors Rap Grassetti and Jessica Rap Grassetti and June Daly are in the audience, and we thank them for their participation. You know, normally when we go through this, we introduce the dignitaries and go through their remarks, but I'd like to start off with a round of applause for our cultural partners. It's Elizabeth Worthbane from the BID, who was very instrumental in helping and keeping this all together and helping to distribute brochures. Jessica Silver, who is with the Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce and does an awful lot, for us, and is one of our great partners. We have Roberta Miller here, who's the Executive Director of the Cape Cod Art Association. Our own Melissa Hirsch, who's with Arts and Cultures and has put this event together. And her boss, Joanne Miller-Buntich, who has really embraced the whole idea that cultural activities are such an important part of our economic, partnership and our economic plan. So they're all here. If we get a round of applause for all of them.
Nothing more important relative to defining who we are as a community and where we want to be going forward than the cultural, historic aspects of this community. And I am so blessed to be part of a group of leaders here that really get it. I see Kevin Howard from the Arts Foundation of Cape Cod, the arts organization for Barnstable County, who gets it. Tom Lynch, our town manager, gets it. Mark Ells gets it. Who else is here that I haven't mentioned? Elizabeth Worthbane, the Chamber of Commerce here, get it. We are all coming together around defining this community today, but also more importantly for tomorrow. As I said, I have two children. I have three daughters, but two of them, their lives have been changed by the arts and culture that is available in our community. In their case, it's performing arts, stage, theater. But the visual arts that we have, the musicians that we have in our community, those who are celebrating the beauty of the environment that we live in, all get that how we want to define ourselves and how we want to build our economy going forward is around our creative intellect and around the environment that we live in. And it all comes together around arts and culture. So I am so proud today to be a part of it.
Right here today in Hyannis, we are celebrating the development of the 6th cultural district through the Cultural Districts Initiative that we launched more than a year ago. And I couldn't be prouder of the work that's actually been done here. And the way that the town has really stepped up, the town of Barnstable, the people who work in the various departments there have really stepped behind this program. They seed fund, they move behind this through another program I run called the Adams Arts Program for the Creative Economy, and really kind of rolled their sleeves up around how you approach the intersection of arts, culture, and economic and community development. And in doing that, I think they learned a great deal. They really gained in experience. They brought together an incredible partnership, and they have been persistent and tenacious in terms of moving this strategy forward. And as a consequence, some of the things you see here in Hyannis today are a result of that. So what that's done is build an incredible foundation for them to build on as they go forward through this sort of designation process. The designation lasts for 5 years, and we've made it very simple for them to basically say, we want to continue, we want this to be a 10, 15-year, 20-year process. This designation at this point doesn't involve any money, but it's an important beginning in terms of bringing a variety of stakeholders who are invested in the economic future of this community. That's an important statement for a community like this to make. It's also, tomorrow I come back to Cape Cod to visit with the folks in Sandwich, which are the second community on Cape Cod who are seeking a designation. And I'm hoping there are many more Cape Cod communities that will follow. This is a very important region to the state in terms of tourism and in terms of its economy. This would not happen without the leadership of our legislature, and I'm very grateful to them for being so supportive of the work we've done and helping find some funds for some of the other programs we do, and we're hoping in the future to be able to incentivize this program.
honored last year, right around this time, to be appointed to the Massachusetts Cultural Council as a director. And I was so proud to be in the room when they voted on Hyannis as the High Arts District, as a cultural district, the first on the Cape. And one of the things that was retold at that meeting was about how so many of community associations right here came together, and Tom talked about all of them. But this was really a community effort. Of course, it starts with the vision that the town of Barnstable had 5 or 6 years ago to really decide that their economic development and their economic future was dependent on establishing themselves as a cultural destination. And I think they've done a wonderful job with the artist community here on Pearl Street, with the JFK Museum, the Legacy Trail. It's really
Although we have these now, the first on Cape, and soon to be followed by several others, this designation, one of the things that we really want to do is to make available to districts that have this designation some funding so that there is some money that goes behind the fact that we have this designation. Very important. I see Marcia King out there, and she understands how important it is to be able to get grants for doing projects. And that's one of the things that Sarah Peak and I talked about was, you know, out, maybe not a line item in the budget, but maybe out of some of the new initiatives that we put in the jobs creation bill that we just passed, we may be able to get some funding along that forum so that we could have something that's tangible that would operate, you know, only for those districts that have this designation around the state. So we have a lot to do. You've done a lot. You're to be congratulated for it, and thank you very much. I'm just happy to be here. By the way, I'm dressed as a tourist today, so I'm ready to enjoy the 1.6-mile trail. Thank you very much.
Now, one part of that was that we spoke to Sturgis East Charter Public High School here. We represented today by Eric Heiser, who's over here, and also Jim Albert, who's very involved with the school as the operations director. And they gave us permission to put 2 photos on here that help as people start down the trail, that helps depict some of the images of the Kennedy family. We've also marked the trail to show individuals where the trail goes and where there are junction points in terms of when they want to stop at the different interpretive signs that we have along the way.
I'm hoping that this will be the first of many cultural districts on Cape Cod. I'm picturing the cultural districts from Sandwich to West Barnstable, Yarmouthport, all the way to Orleans on that side of town, and all along 28 and other areas on this side of town as well, that this be only the first. And just so you all know, this beautiful symbol that shows the way, Tom didn't mention, is painted on the sidewalk all the way. So the folks who are wanting to follow that trail simply need to follow this along the sidewalk. So again, anybody who's been on Cape Cod for more than a day or two knows what the cultural legacy of Cape Cod is and how important art and culture, all of the arts, are to Cape Cod. So just once again, make it short, is that, again, I'm looking forward to other areas in Barnstable and all over the Cape Cod being cultural districts that we can all visit, and having our transportation system getting us from one